Hi, welcome to For Flow with Chloe, where the 27th and 28th of April we have Venus trine Pluto. Intense yet harmonious connections deepen relationships and enhance personal empowerment. Your relationships with clubs, groups, friends could go through a positive transformation. Meeting a new friend that could become a romantic partner. So I just thought I'd let you in on that little gem from the Metamorphosis in Motion Astrology of 2026. And I'm going to pull from the Light Seers, then the Wild Reflections, bit of Beltane, bit of Love Goddess. First card out, the Lovers. lots of tongue rolling today. It is a Gemini card, and we do have Venus in Gemini, as well as now Uranus in Gemini for the very foreseeable long-term future. And with that Venus trine Pluto, and that Venus being in Gemini, I think it is very safe to say, look out for your friendships that might turn into something a little bit more steamy. Maybe you're currently blinded to that. Hello, Jeff. I thought I could hear a distant meowing. Jeff, the cheeky ginger cat who keeps breaking into my house, is on the fence. My actual cat is down having a little wash in the sun down there. Anyway, feeling torn in two directions, feeling blinded by an inability to make a clear decision and see a clear path forward. However, all you have to do is take off the blindfold, focus on the wisdom, and, take a little chill pill and, allow the decision to come to you without thinking. When we have the Swords cards with the blindfolds on, it's usually the 8 and the 2 of Swords. They're about a high level of mental stimulation, anxiety, overthinking, worrying, too much logical, like, what about this, what about that, and in this event, and in the eventuality of that, I will, all of that sort of stuff. Trying to logic your way through everything to the tiniest pinpoint. And what it needs you to do when it's got the blindfold on is use your intuition, go within, go into the third eye chakra and use your internal compass to make your decision, not your human brain logic. And we also have the 7 of Wands, little bit of meditative bubble, protecting one's own energy, turning your face away from the arrows, the fiery arrows that may fly at you, the fiery ones that may be jabbing, poking, prodding at you, and centering yourself and saying, no, I'm having a moment with my intuition, and I'm not letting all of these external forces, jab, 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 that's all the wands coming at you. I'm not letting them be my signposts for my decision that I'm struggling to make, because Gemini sort of ruled times with Venus being there and Uranus being there. because Uranus is a collective energy influence. It will affect us all. It's going to be very, very heavily Gemini based things afoot. And so having that pause, that moment of calm, of clarity, to lock in to your intuition, to remove that blindfold, center yourself, create your own emotional bubble to block out all of these exterior opinions, things flying at you, fast communication that is just like leading you to more overthinking and mental overstimulation. No, tap into your intuition and just be like, I am strong, I know myself, I trust myself, I go within. And strength, the strength to do this. And it's not strength like aggressive, I'm going to scratch my claws at you to get what I want, rah, 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 roaring lion. It's about taming the lion, whether that's your inner lion or like someone else's lion. But being able to remain calm, cool and collected, like this lady, turn the other cheek, in circumstances that one might want to emotionally lash out to. She has this little lamb to show this kind of sensitivity. I mean, the lamb does grow up to be the ram, which the headbutting of the things to get what it wants. And she is depicted as half lion and half human. It's like she's tamed herself and she's being gentle. She's full of courageous, creative heart, fire energy, but she has enough self-mastery to not lose it in rage. It's about taming the beast is where the strength is. Not acting rashly, having the strength to stand in your power and know yourself without too much vocal yelling or too much action. Another card of maybe too many cooks spoiling the broth situation, although there's two ways of seeing it, because they are working together to put out the little fires, but it is all about little fires and like putting out all the little fires. Can you come together with people and work as a successful team to put out the little fires? Or is it more of this too many energies flying at you? So take a step back, tame yourself, tame the situation. We have the Three of Swords, past pain. And with that Pluto being in a trine with Venus, there might be some need to transform past patterns in romance and the way you might normally overthink romantic scenarios, or heal the way you have maybe overly logicked your way in and out of relationships in the past, or now have a tendency to do that, and maybe a mistrust in your intuition because of past pain. And we get the Seven of Cups, indecision, not knowing which one to choose. But the way through, we've got all these ladders, and we also have, you know, snakes and dragon wings and things. to show that you don't know which cup has the true ascension. You don't know which cup is the true path. But this cup that has the river flowing through it is like, go with your intuition, follow the flow of the water, let it pan out. I'm going to take a couple more from the light seers and I'm going to switch it up to the wild reflections. Harmony. We need to harmonize the situation. We want things to be equal, reciprocity, giving, receiving, balancing the energy. Don't blow away cards, don't blow away. No, 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 no. Disallow. It's the strongest of wind. But I said no, no, no. And we have the Emperor. A need to stand up, take charge, have self-mastery. It's very Mars driven. We do still have, and will for the foreseeable future, the Neptune and Saturn a go-go in Aries, which is another whole collective energy influence of the times, which is, you know, standing in your power and your personal power with dignity, in this kind of way of the Strength card, of like, you've learned your lessons, you've come a long way. Mars has been on a really, really, really long journey and is finally over in Aries, and so he's done a full cycle, communicated with all of the other planets in many conjunctions for the last, I think it's the last 2 years. He's had all of these chats with all the other planets and made his way around the zodiac wheel, and it's like now he's back in his home sign of Aries that he rules, his cardinal rulership sign, and he's realizing all the lessons of this kind of like completion, but in a calm way, which is true strength. And there is the healing in that as well. And I'm going to take some from Wild Reflections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 cards. So I'll try and do another 9 from here. We'll see what we get. Nine of Swords, anxiety, anxiety. So we're back to that worry. But we're at a 9. And it's like, when it's the 9, it's something hanging over you. Like the sword of Damocles hanging on that thin rope, keeping you up at night. I refer you again back to, and the Strength card, and the 3 of Swords. We need to heal. Stay strong in it, tame oneself, tap into your intuition, take a chill pill. We also have the Devil in reverse. Interesting. So the Devil in reverse is where we are flipping the devil energy on its head. It is a freedom from past toxic ties. Forgive me while the cats have a bit bit of an argument in the background. Cat beef is just plaguing me recently. Cats beefing one another. Anyway, yes, so this is positive. What has weighed heavily on you and kept you up all night, you're going to have a transformation in. And the metamorphosis in motion did say, I quote, I requote, when I find the right month. Your relationship with clubs, groups, and friends could go through a positive transformation. Positive transformation as in like releasing oneself from the toxicity of past things within them, which will help you heal this Three of Swords, which is excellent. We also have Two of Wands. Looking out, like also, by the way, let's note here, disco ball. Disco ball, it's party time. They're chilling under a tree, deep roots, wisdom there. But with disco ball, like woohoo, like having a quiet celebration of this new dawn coming up, and we have this almost like aurora borealis kind of thing going on with the sky, like magical moment, and they're poised, ready to set off on the adventure. It's like, I've earned this one wand, where am I going to put my second one? They're looking out onto a new horizon of an aurora borealis day. A magical day. And then we get the Death card, transformation. Pluto is a massively transformative planet and energy. Again, quoting Metamorphosis in Motion, transforming relationships. Rebirth. And this big cyclone up here, we've got all these horses charging around. May I also remind you, we are in the year of the fire horse. And we've got all these horses charging, stampeding around in different directions, rather unsettled by this massive cyclone. But is this cyclone not a massive bloody portal? Have we not seen The Wizard of Oz? It's sucked up into the vortex, to a parallel universe, where we go learn a load of stuff and jump on the new timeline and, you know, heal a bunch of stuff. Then like maybe it is all just a dream, but you know, the subconscious is a good place, the dream state is a good place to do a lot of healing. And I'm going to refer back to the Lovers card as well. Gemini, the energy is very much like two parallel timelines being in two different states within one being, like running parallel with two different decisions, balancing two different mindsets, opinions, states of being, moods, everything. Two different ones, two different timelines, and being in the middle of it. You can kind of jump either side of the timeline. And this big portal on the Death card, it's like the rebirth. We're transferring over to the new timeline. We also have Temperance. And when I was talking about this Strength card here, I nearly said it's almost giving me a Temperance card vibe. Balance. Finding balance. Balance and harmony, which we have with the Six of Pentacles, equal give, equal take. And you can see like night and day, the sun, and we also have this electrical storm, which is very like Plutonic. We have like the wings as well, air sign energy. Yeah, and the messenger vibe. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, which is the winged messenger, but also that card is associated with Sagittarius, which is all about bigger picture thinking, It's all about wisdom and seeing the whole of it, seeing again the flip side, and standing within it. Within, you know, there is no night, there is no light without shade, and sort of transmuting both energies within one being. And that is where the wisdom is, and it's through patience and through the ability to tame the inner storm that we can also still shine bright in our light and have this like epiphany wisdom of calm and zen, which is taking me back to this picture, finding the calm and the zen, taming the beast, finding the stillness. And the beast doesn't need to be an aggressive beast, you know. It can just be your own mindset, like the overthinking mindset that a massive influx of air energy can create. I should know, I am an air sign. 8 of Swords. There it is again. And I said the 2 blindfolded cards are often the 2 and the 8 of Swords. In this one, she is blindfolded in the mirror. Yeah. So in her reflection, she's all tied up in the mirror. In reality, she's free as a bird and got all of her cosmic arrows ready to fire free, like the true warrior woman that she is. And again, I'm going to refer to portal vibes. Big portal in the water with the kind of mirror, big portal in the sky. That's the sound of the big vortex. And I'm just getting this kind of like electrical storm on this card, sun on the other half of that, and you know, this quite calm still lake with this big vortex of like seeing yourself in a negative light, like you are only as trapped as you believe, you are only as stuck as you believe, you are only as tied up as you believe. It's your personal view of yourself. She's looking in the mirror. She could also see this as her looking back at a time when she actually was tied up and blindsided and not in a position to move or make a clear decision, where she was silenced or repressed. But now is the time to teleport beyond that. You aren't that person anymore. She's not that person anymore. It's time to fly free like the arrow and claim the warrior that you are. Claim the inner emperor. And we get the Fool. Off on the journey. We've gone to Oz through the portal, grown some magical wings, seen through the falsehood of the magical mirror or whatever, like, you know, like Oz on the big screen, it turns out it's just a man behind a curtain with like a projector and that. It's like, that's not who you really are. It's just a weird projection shining onto the water of what you used to be to try and keep you small, stuck and safe. But actually it's not keeping you safe, it's just keeping you stuck and stopping you from setting off on your massive new adventure, on your 0 point, fresh start, big Aquarian vibes of throwing caution to the wind. I'm up for all the new lessons I will learn along the way. Give me the fresh, new beginning. I'm taking the leap off the edge. I don't know where it's taking me, but I trust that it's somewhere good. And then we get the King of Cups. He blows the conch of emotional sirening of like, I have mastered my emotions. I declare it with my magical conch shell declaration. And yeah, someone who has mastered their emotions. They're like, yep, going off on my journey, done my healing, off I go, I'm there, I'm healed, I'm feeling good. I mean, healing is cyclical and everything, but I feel like it's coming to a point of like feeling like you have cleared a lot of emotional baggage. And then we get the Eight of Cups. I'm walking away. You fully left behind any broken cups, focused on the future of the rising sun, which you are pursuing. We have the Wheel of Fortune, trusting the process, trusting the turn of the wheel, diving right into it with that fool-like optimism and setting off, walking away, taking a roll, taking a gamble on yourself because you have the strength to do so. We've took 10, but I'm just going to show you the last 2 cards that have come out because it's given 2 more that flipped over. Both are Pentacles cards, both are growth, both are positive, happy, sunshine, lovely cards. He's got a barrow full of sunflowers, checking, like assessing how far he's come, how much have I gathered, where can I go from this, where can I continue to grow from this. Just, yeah, taking stock of where I've been, where I'm going. There's a point of growth, I'm chasing it. And then the Knight of Pentacles, taking some, he's not a fast moving king, he's a slow moving king, but he's planned, well organized, he knows where the treasure is, and he's taking a very grounded, sensible, practical, mature route to get there, because he's assessed what he's got, he's assessed all of his stock, you know, like I've got this many days of food, I can get this far. I'm going after the big one. I'm going after the great big one sunflower. And I've planned, I've plotted, I know where I'm going with it, and I'm setting out, and I'm willing to take the time in a grounded, stable place to grow into a beautiful bloody sunflower. Right, that's all of our cards from tarot decks. I'm now going to bust open the oracles, busting open the Beltane. Feel the flourish of the peak of spring. Feel the fire as the fireball in the sky returns to us, making our days longer, lovelier, and full of beautiful blossoming flowers. Nature has replenished itself through the power of the sun. Oh, no. Come on, drop me a card, drop me a card. That one. Fae. Not everything is as it may seem. Be cautious, dear one, for there is a story beneath the tale. Interesting. That one's sticking out. Green man. All that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. And we have this gorgeous Pan-like green man who is like the effigy of Beltane, which we celebrate on the 1st of May. And weirdly, Pan, if we look at the green man as relating directly to the god Pan, He is like the ruler of the fairies, the fae. And so what I'm getting is these little worries, little trickster energies going on. But I'm also getting this juicy development and growth and trust of the strength to trust in ourselves and trust the process with that Wheel of Fortune. And it's also kicking up a bit of this where's that card gone? Illusion, like seeing yourself in the mirror in a distorted way and only focusing on the negatives and only trusting the sneaky little horned demon creatures who have been feeding you maybe psychedelic things to to trick you. But trust the Wheel of Fortune, trust that you can move on if you can find the strength to do so, and jump into this transformation and trust that you have healed, you can heal, and that all you desire comes effortlessly and easily. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. Keep those words when you are in doubt, when your mind is playing tricks on you and it's giving you nagging negative talk. Trust in the growth. The growth is in the trust. The caution needs to be in the perception of the self in the story and the tale, the tales that are being told, and seeing your story and yourself in it clearly, and how far you've come, and taking stock of that, and not trusting this past image of self and the things that might be keeping you up at night about it, because you are flipping this devil. You are flipping the past toxicities. And from the goddess of love, we have shine. I keep getting this one. Hold your head high. Be proud and trust. I'm going to read that green man out again. All I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all I do. Shine. Hold your head high. And she has that third eye chakra lit. It's a new moon, a new beginning. It has deep roots, but it's transformative and it's intuitive. And it is casting off that blindfold and those ties by going into your intuition and finding that trust. And that is the reading. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that jazz, and look out also for my Scorpio full moon and Taurus sun yoga class because that is inspired greatly by the transformative nature of Scorpio, which rules the full moon coming up on the 1st on Beltane, which is all about green man, growth vibes. It's in Taurus, the sign of, you know, abundance and everything. So I've got lots of grounding poses, lots of transformative poses, and that is the whole vibe of the class. So look out for that one. That's all for now.